Welcome guys to Swing Trading and Coffee. My name is Anthony and today I'm going to be doing a breakdown of some of the hottest stocks on the market. And I'm going to be revealing to you my personal swing trading plan going into week's end. But before we get into it, I have to let you know this content is not financial advice. It is only intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. I hope you guys had fun trading today with Jerome Powell up on the podium. Kind of a whipsaw day on the market, and today the Fed cut the rates, I'm sure as you know, quarter basis point, and Powell downplayed the odds of another cut in December. So markets finished mixed. I guess they were expecting a little bit more. Maybe they had high hopes for half a basis point or another cut later in the year. I hear a lot of people saying 2 rate cuts, but when you look at the market being this high and crazy, so the way it's looking right now, the market didn't, they had mixed feelings about the Powell speech, but we will see about that. In the after hours, Alphabet was up pretty nicely while Microsoft and Meta are slipping. I'm going to be breaking those both down for you today. And big tech guidance and AI spending are the story into tomorrow. So here's a quick snapshot of the positions I have currently in my account, and they are sorted from the largest in size down to the smallest. So at the top of the list, NVIDIA at the close today, up about 166% in profit. Earlier in the day, NVIDIA had put in a bigger high, and I sold half because I was up. I had 200% plus in profits. So holding half of my position into next week, seeing how it plays out. And NVIDIA I was a bit oversized on this position. I don't typically do this unless I see a really good opportunity, and NVIDIA seemed to be one of those. And I was right about it, so it worked out nicely. We just need to see how it's gonna continue, and I'm gonna break down the charts in just a moment. Next up, we got Tesla, pretty much flat. I had gotten not the best entry on this one, so it's kind of like at break even, waiting for the pattern to play out. Gap up 26%. CORZ Scientific up 22, Baba up 16%, Salesforce down 20, and PayPal. This one I'm going to break down to. I got in this today, a very volatile one, and I will let you know how this went down 39%, but it still has not hit my stop. A couple more down there, very small positions. The one that really stands out at the bottom here is CoreWeave. Okay, so let's now break down the S&P. So as I had told you guys in the past couple of videos, we had this line down here at 669, previous resistance level. And I said, if we break above this, expect us to go up to the top of the channel, hit new highs, and people looked at me like I was crazy. Here we are, and it happened way faster than I could have possibly imagined. And it looks like we are on track for that $700 mark year end. Now, going into the triple Qs, it paints a slightly different picture. So looking at the long term, we had here one channel, we broke down, formed another channel, broke down, and then now we've been in this big channel for quite a while. Now we have actually broken out of the channel, and you don't see this too often. It does happen, but typically when I see these kind of moves, there is usually a pullback. And considering that there are gaps here and here, I would not be surprised if we have a pullback down here to fill the gap, at least one gap, and it will probably be a quick snap down and then snap back up into the channel. We could, and this is low probability, but I cannot rule it out. We could actually break upwards here and start forming a new channel and have this trend line here be support. I am not counting on that happening. Like I said, very low probability, but when you look at it here, we broke out here. We had one candle that broke out, and then a second one formed this hanging man here candle. So it actually came back to test this, and it bounced right off of it. So can't rule out the scenario that we may be forming a higher pattern up here. But I'm playing it cautiously. And what happened today is so at the beginning of the day, and now let me actually switch down to the hourly chart to give you a better picture of what happened. So here's where the market opened, right up here. And that's where I started to scale out a little bit out of my NVIDIA position. And as I started seeing a little bit of weakness, I decided, well, we are at the top of the channel. We have these gaps to the downside here. and here. So what are the possibilities that during the Jerome Powell speech, we may actually get a pullback? Because when you're this high and you get even the slightest bad news on the market, it can really shift things in the opposite direction. So I'm loaded heavy on calls, and I wanted to protect my account. So once we started to dip a little bit here, I bought some puts on the triple Qs. It came down here, and then I saw it start to bounce off of the EMA and this previous support level here. We could count this as support because it came back and it bounced off of it. So that's when I sold half the puts on the triple Qs, and I moved my stops up to entry. The reasoning is, if I've locked in now half the profits on the hedge, and if the market decides to go out, it's going to go up, and my puts will go and hit my stop, and I will be break even on half the position. If the market continues to drop and into the close, I'm still partially protected against losses here, and I can sell this into tomorrow. But what happened was, it actually started after the Jerome Powell speech to tick upwards and came back up and finished up in this range. So that to me signals bullishness. We still have buyers showing up down in this area. So really extreme bullishness, and it does make me feel anxious when there is this level of euphoria. But when you have everything lining up the way it is, it can really do this to the market, and it doesn't happen very often. And when it does, it's pretty crazy. Let's take a look at the NVDA chart and switch it back into, let's switch into the 4-hour. So as we had previously discussed, there was this zone here which was acting as resistance. And I said if we break above it and hold the EMAs, then we will likely have a move to the upside. And that's exactly what happened. And during, I don't know if it was the last video. Yeah, it was the last video where I put down here the profit box. And guess what? We just tagged my first target. Here I have my second target. This is a major target at 219. And then this is kind of like a moonshot target at 234. I would not be surprised if we hit all of them, but I'm not counting on it, which is why I'm scaling out now. So, position went up 200%, gotta take at least half off. And if I hold it up here and makes it all the way up there, the remainder will likely double as well, maybe even more. So we're gonna watch out how this plays out. We do have a little gap down here. So I wouldn't be surprised if we pull back. Similar to what's happening in the market, we had this channel and we broke above it. We'll see what happens on this tomorrow. Getting into Google, I am not trading this one, but it is up 6% in the after hours. And I thought just to show it to you guys in case any of you are trading it. And we had this point of control here, very high volume area. And this was like your base here. And once we started to break above this zone right here, this resistance, that was the signal here to go long. You had your first candle and it was a pretty strong one. You closed on the highs, and that would have been your starter, maybe even add in the same day. If not, you could add it in on the second day and then pop. There we go. And then now we are all the way up here at 291 in the after hours. So pretty explosive move on Google. About 10%, no, not 10%. This is more than 10%. This is about 16%. So if you're holding shares in Google, you're having quite the good day, and congratulations. Next up on Microsoft, this one is a wild chart pattern here. So we had this big grounding pattern, and then something went on with earnings today and dropped it down here at a 520. So this could possibly set me up for a long tomorrow. You see here, let me just clean this up first. Delete this and this one. You have down here, this was kind of like a resistance level, and it acted as resistance here. It acted as support here. So this is an important zone to watch. And that's exactly where it dropped down to in the after hours. So tomorrow, if I see a clean reaction off of this, I might consider a long, or maybe I'll give it another 2 or 3 days, see if I like the pattern. But right now it's a bit too early. But when you have a big snap down like this, there could be a rebound in the morning to fill part of the gap. We will see how that goes. PayPal. This one, if you guys remember, I didn't want to get into it. Like I said, earnings are a little bit of a gamble for me. So I stayed out of it. And what happened today is it pulled back to the support line and it held for a bit. And during the middle of the day, I took a small position in it and it came down, but that's okay. What we have here is support at this point of control, but also we had really good earnings on PayPal and it just sold off. So it doesn't really make sense to me, especially that we have such upside on PayPal. Now, I got this small position. This could turn into just an overnight trade if we get a bounce back into the morning, or if we see good structure forming. My entry around here will be very attractive if we can manage to get back up to 83 or even just $79. Just getting up to $79 from my entry would be about 10% with the options, will likely pay nicely. So looking to see what happens tomorrow. It is bouncing a bit in the after hours. We'll continue to monitor this and I will tell you in the next video what I've done. Tesla, the big one we are all waiting for to make the big move. So as I had said previously, we had this cup and handle formation, or it could be invalidated at some point, but so far it is holding. And not only that, today we came down a bit and we bounced off the EMAs very fast, so it is looking good. Now all we need here is a break of this white line here at 463, maybe even push up that line a little bit more right there. So once this breaks here, if anybody's short on Tesla, they're going to stop out, and then you're going to have that chain reaction to the upside. I guarantee you a lot of people are on the short side on Tesla. Not everybody is a believer in it and buying into it. Some people think it's way overvalued for what the company is doing right now, and all these narratives around Tesla are very forward-looking. So you have skeptics out there that would be shorting it in this zone. And if it rejects off this zone and it comes down, this is kind of my line in the sand at 437. I'm not personally going to get out of Tesla if it moves to the downside for two reasons. Reason number one, we have this point of control, right? And reason number two is when you have a cup and handle formation, and if it is indeed a valid cup and handle, you sometimes have a channel that forms here like that, and then you get the real breakout. So as long as we're holding this zone, that's all I care about on Tesla right now, and I'm just gonna give it time to do its thing. Next up, onto Meta. So we had this big flag pattern here, and we've been chopping around in it, and we were looking for a breakout here, and we had the fake out above here. So two failed attempts, it seems, and then the earnings did not, impress the shareholders, and it went down to 694. And that level is exactly where I put down this box here, which was our previous support. So again, we can see tomorrow if this one begins to bounce back up into here. It may just be oversold right now, but I'm going to watch it. No trade set up just yet. CORZ Scientific brought this one up in the last video. This one has some really nice options flow, big calls coming in on this one, lots of money. And when you look at the structure here, we had this move to the upside, and then we ran into some resistance. Now, on the first day, we peaked above it here, and then it wicked back down because there wasn't enough buying pressure. And then today, it just gapped. It started moving up, and then it whipped around, but it closed above the resistance. So now we can say that we may have support here because it didn't break through and fall down below. It is holding above it. So this may be the new base we need here of support to make our way up to the next targets. Now, what do I have for targets on CORZ Scientific? Let's do a little bit of magic with the fibs. So if we can count this as one move to the upside, and this is your move to the downside, that would put your first target at $21, $22, and $24. And I'm just going to mark those down here so I have them for my trading tomorrow. Now we got SoFi Technologies, really hot stock with lots of narratives behind it. Same exact pattern, it seems. We had this big move to the upside. We formed this resistance. We failed to get above it once, and then here we struggled a little bit, and then we came above and we held end of day, and we had a little bit of a wick to the upside. So this one also in play. I don't have any position in it, but I might consider it tomorrow if I see some volume coming in and a push to the upside. I could get in for a very quick swing trade up to $38. Let's take a look at gap. We have here at the bottom a trend line that had 3 points of contact, and then we had this sort of like double bottom, which is why I drew this line here. And then I said if we can get a bounce off of this and then hold above the EMAs, then we get that confirmation candle. Then it is a long idea here. And what I did is I did take that long around here as it started to break out, and then now I'm up a little bit on it, so not doing bad. All that's going on here is that we have this resistance, and the market today didn't rally very evenly. And if you take a look at the heat map real quick, you'll see what I mean. Pretty much NVIDIA, Broadcom, and Google carrying the whole market. Everything else was in the red. So back to gap, what I was saying is that we're just looking for, maybe it's probably going to bounce around for a little bit. As long as it doesn't break down here, the trade is still going to be on. I just think it needs some time for these EMAs to catch up to it like that. Probably get a move like this and then to the upside. If it comes back down below this zone here, I'm going to stop out. That's where I know that I'm wrong. It's looking like a nice move here, and we have this double bottom, and you could actually take a measurement off of this, of the height of the move, and extend it to the upside. Kind of give you about $29, which puts us back up at this peak here and fills the gap. Next, we got CRM, Salesforce. I have a position in this one, not doing too much, and it's in the red like I showed you guys earlier. We had this trend line and we broke out of it. We started to form a little bit of support here, got above the EMAs, and we came above this resistance here, which was the first bullish sign. And it seemed to struggle a little bit here in that zone. You see that cluster of red candles. And at that point, I had a decent size in Salesforce. I was about near break even on this. So what I did is I dialed back the position to half size, and I said to myself, it's not looking particularly strong. So I'm going to cut back on it and move that money into other positions. And that's when I opened up the Core Scientific position and Nebius and Poet, which I'm going to go into later. So I'm just rotating money around from positions. If I take profits on something, I move it to something new. If a trade is not working out and it's just sitting there for too long, I could lighten up on it, and I could always add back into this. I told myself if it starts to come back up here and show us some good volume, I can go back up to a full size position. So this one have not stopped out yet, but it's in the red. We are at that point of control. It is reacting to it and is holding the EMAs here. So I think this one is still good. It just needs a little bit of time. Next up, we got Alibaba. This one, I had taken an entry somewhere around one of these two candles here, and we're starting to tick upwards. Not much going on. There is that, I believe, that meeting tomorrow to discuss China trade relations. So maybe this one will get a nice pop into either Friday at the end of the day or into next week. And the structure of the trend here supports it really well. We have this big move up. We have a pullback to support here. We have two candles here highlighting that support. And then we got up above the EMAs showing that we have buyers coming in. And then now we're continuing upwards. So this is just going to come down here, pull back, and then move up to its next target. I have 216 and 203 marked down for Alibaba. And if we get good news on trade, it will likely go, it could go higher, much higher than that, because as you can see, the market right now, very news driven market, everything else out the window. It's all news. So waiting to see how this one plays out. CoreWeave. Small position on CoreWeave. This one is the one I showed you a screenshot earlier. I am up green on it. It came down here, fell out of the channel. I had a position, stopped out, took a 60% loss. And once it started bouncing here and we got above the EMAs, I said to myself, we're up above the 50 right here, that purple line. And that could be my entry into CoreWeave. So I started here at this green candle, and then we had a second candle here. I could have added into it. However, I did not, because I felt like there were more attractive trades out there. So I left this one on, small position, and it's starting to build up nicely. If we can get above this 148, our next resistance would likely be this trend line, which has been super annoying for the past couple weeks. And if we get above this, we would target the 180 mark, which is pretty close to the highs and is the first fib level where I would take profits. Nebius Group, another one where you have a nice move up. You have the pullback to this support zone, and let me show you where the support zone is here. It's where this rejection happened on the left side here. And then now it acted as support at this area, and now here it is support as well. So we got the nice bounce off of it here, and we got above the EMAs, and the options flow was looking pretty good. So I decided to get in on this. Full size position, waiting to see what happens. Next we got Poet. This one, I was in it. I was trading this one maybe like 2 weeks ago. I had some small profits on it, but I didn't see the follow through, and I ended up getting out. So right now we have come down to what I believe is major support now, because if you look at it here, this candle, that one right there is where it rejected, and it also kind of corresponds with this zone over here on the far left. So this may be a strong support. We did come below it, but it did hold at that purple line, which is the 50 EMA right here. So I started a small position on it, and I'm going to see if we get follow through into tomorrow. If this support zone holds, it could move us back up, but very small position, because so the one thing I don't really like about Poet is that we had this double top, which is okay. We came down and then we bounced above it, but we failed here on the third attempt and we came down. But we are here at a good zone where buyers might step in. If this fails, it will likely go down to $5. Like I said, small position just to get my foot in the door. And if we see follow through tomorrow and it starts getting above these 21 and 13 EMAs, I will add into a full position, and we'll see if we can ride this back up maybe to like $10. That would be incredible. You catch a ride from 663 up to 10ish. That's pretty decent profits. Trade desk, not doing much. Still have this position kind of bleeding out a little bit because it just came down below the EMAs, but it is holding this support zone. So this is where I would stop out, just giving it time. And the name of the game today is patience. The market did not have a broad rally. It was just a couple in the tech sector, and I think money will rotate, because people now who have made money off of NVIDIA or whatever, Google, whatever today, they may start taking small profits and rotating them into other stocks. So we're going to wait and see what happens with TTD. It's pretty much close at its breaking point here. If it comes through, I'm going to take the position off right away and move on. Next, we got Iron Limited. This one, pretty good chart. We had a move up, a pullback, and a little bit of chop here. Today, not much was going on outside of the big names. So if we see a move to the upside, it's going to be good. I haven't gotten in yet, but it may present a nice opportunity tomorrow. We are ticking down just a little bit in the after hours, so keeping an eye on it. Bitcoin not looking too good here. I was telling you guys about this orange line, which was the last line of defense for Bitcoin before it has a big drop, and it's been whipping around here. It's having a lot of difficulty getting up above this 115 zone. I do have some IBIT calls, and I do have some Ethereum ETH-A calls. So those are the ones I use to trade crypto using my brokerage account. And when I am buying for the long term, I just go and get the spot. Let's take a look at Ethereum here. Similar to what's happening with Bitcoin, we do have this line of support here. As long as this holds, as long as we get a move above and get above this green line, we might be okay. I thought that today crypto would have a big rally off of the rate cuts, but I guess the 0.25 was not enough for the market. Anyways, that's my review of the trades for the middle of the week. I will keep you guys updated. Do me a favor, this channel is new, so if you like the content, if you found it helpful, give me a like and subscribe, because I would really love for us to break 1,000 subscribers this week. I think it's gonna happen with this video. Take care, guys, and good luck trading out there. Play it safe. Peace.